God bless Evan Corcoran and his meticulous record keeping. Evan Corcoran, of course, is one of Donald Trump's lawyers. He was working with Donald Trump on how to comply with the subpoena for all the documents that were down at Mar-a-Lago last year. And because of his, again, meticulous record keeping, his voice memos that he had on his phone, his handwritten notes, all of that is going to be used to absolutely dismantle any and every legal defense that Donald Trump's team tries to put up in the documents trial next May, I believe is when Judge Cannon has set that for. But here's the thing. Up until this point, we did not exactly know just how much Evan Corcoran had told Jack Smith and the grand jury. But we do now. I mean, to a degree, a lot of it's still, not released, but some of the transcripts from the conversations that Corcoran had with Jack Smith and the grand jury have now been analyzed by ABC News, and they've revealed that Corcoran specifically and emphatically and repeatedly told Donald Trump that he had to comply with the subpoena to turn over all of the classified documents that he was storing down at Mar-a-Lago. Now, when Corcoran first went down to Mar-a-Lago to have his very first meeting with Trump about complying with the subpoena, the transcripts show that Trump didn't want to talk about complying with the subpoena. And there was another attorney present, Jennifer Little. Instead, Corcoran told the special prosecutor Trump wanted to talk about Hillary Clinton. He wanted to talk about how awesome his record was as president of the United States. And he wanted to talk about how big his lead was in the polls for the 2024 presidential election. And Corcoran said that both he and Little kept repeatedly trying to get back on the issue of the subpoena. And then they took a break. So during the break, Corcoran and Little were out by the pool at a table chit-chatting, and Little told Corcoran that she had heard from two other Trump lawyers that if you force him to comply with the subpoena, he is going to, quote, go ballistic. Nevertheless, they persisted. And Corcoran leaves, right? At the end of the day, the meeting's over. He flies back home. During the time that Corcoran is gone from Mar-a-Lago is when Donald Trump, allegedly, according to the indictments, had Walt Nauta and Mr. Olivier go through move boxes from one spot at Mar-a-Lago to another. They did send some of them back. And that's when Trump said, hey, Corcoran, I sent it all back, right? Nothing to see here. It's all gone. See, they were here, but now they're not. So Corcoran was like, cool, let me send this letter, this signed, sworn letter. He wrote it. The other lawyer, I forget which one at this point, signed it. Christina Bobb is the one who signed it. They send it back. The FBI's like, no, this isn't everything. So they then, of course, get their search warrant from the court, head down to Mar-a-Lago, find all the rest of the missing documents that Trump had allegedly moved from one spot to another, and the rest is history. So, the reason this, and by the way, that is like the super Cliff's Notes condensed version of everything that we have just learned from these transcripts, but that's the important stuff. So what does this mean? Well, it means that Donald Trump is not going to be able to argue advice of counsel in the documents case. Now, we know he's going to argue that in Georgia. We know he's going to argue it with Jack Smith. We don't know what his arguments are going to be in the documents case, but there's one you're not going to be able to use. You're not going to be able to use the defense that, oh, well, I declassified these. No, you didn't. You're on tape saying that you did not. And of course, there is no record of you declassifying these things, not to mention Mark Meadows is on record talking to Jack Smith saying there was no standing order for declassification. So those are the only two arguments you could use, and now they're gone. Meadows took one away from you, Corcoran took the other away. Your lawyers repeatedly and emphatically told you to comply with this subpoena. You ignored legal advice at that point. So all of the horrible repercussions that come from that are on you. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.